Millie says hello. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy Thursday, Heather.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so I love my industry chats because it's specific to interior designers, so I don't stream into my other groups. Um, and this is right up my wheelhouse because this is the way designers can make more money with their product sales. And I was just on a call yesterday with a new client. She came on for a consult and she's not adding that much money to her product sales. And when I found out why, I found out it's because she's only getting designer discount 40% if she's lucky. And I'm like, why aren't you using the Designers Collaborative? And she went, what are they? Who are they? And I'm like, oh, how do you not know about them? So I'm on a mission to make sure everyone knows about you guys, Heather. So tell everyone what the Designers Collaborative is, refresh their memories, even though we've been going live once a month. Let's do it again.
Okay. So we are for interior designers, stagers, and decorators all throughout the Northeast. So if you land in that category, you can join and get stocking dealer pricing so that instead of like losing the sale to Wayfair and all these other online places all of the time, you can now give your client the same price as that and still make a really good profit. And like you were saying, 40% is generally a designer discount. Well, stocking dealer is generally like 66 to 70%.
When I pull up when I'm on a consult with people for the first time and I ask about their profit margin on the product they sell, and they tell me, well, I had 20%, I had 30%, I had 35%, 40%. I'm like, markup or margin? Because there's a difference. And I pull up this calculator and I show them. And then I'm like, and if you were using the Designers Collaborative, let me show you what you would be paying roughly for that same product and how much more money you would make. And their mouths just drop. They're
Yeah.
like, why didn't I know about this? I'm like,
Yeah.
because you're not listening to my lives.
And honestly, we are the only group doing this. There are lots of ways to purchase, but we're the only ones giving that best price. And we're doing it because we are like all working together. So it's not, you're not buying from me or even the Designers Collaborative. You're buying from people we have set up who have made that difficult price point happen for themselves. And every year you've got to make those minimums, which, you know, a lot of times are $50,000 a year. As a single entrepreneur, even as like a larger firm, that's hard to do.
Yes.
And so by all banding together, we have the creative freedom to just buy one lamp from this company and a chair from them and a bed from him. And, you know, and then you've got all this amazing product at the best price. And you're helping the interior designer who's our account holder to make those minimums every year. And, you know, we've had a couple of people say to us, like, especially at the beginning of the pandemic when things were like, we didn't know what was going to happen
Yeah.
before we all got crazy busy. The 10% admin fee that we charge for that designer to do all the paperwork for you, and she's going to take care of absolutely every step for you, including samples or damages or, you know, tracking and all these things. 10% is like so small an amount, but that helped that designer pay her bills for the month.
Right.
When things were like a ghost town, you didn't know what was going to happen. So it's just so supportive. And the Designers Collaborative doesn't take that 10%. That goes to the person who's doing all the work to process that order for you.
Right. And your point person for ordering that product is
Yeah.
rather than
And
it being
they know so much because they opened that account because they went to High Point, they sat on it and they loved it. And so they can tell you, oh, I love this cushion from that upholstery company, you know, because it sits really good. And if you've got a guy that's like this, you know, so they can really hone in on the product for you as well. So
yes,
it's it really is amazing. And then
it is.
our safeguards are in place. We have so much structure and rules, if you'd like, to the Designers Collaborative. First off, you're going to sign a letter of agreement to join, basically saying, you know, this is what's going to happen and that's what's going to happen. And so it's laid out, and a lawyer came up with these things for us. So the structure is super important. I'm an organized person. I don't like chaos. To me, I don't know how you can like feel confident buying in a situation where there's any kind of, chaos in the group. And like, how do I do this? What do I do to order? Like, we have so much training because everyone comes in at a different level. We've got people who might have been in business for 30 years, but they weren't buying this way because this is kind of hard to do, to establish the accounts. And even if they are, even our system is a little bit new. So we have tons of training, including orientation once a month that I do live with everyone, so you can ask your questions and stuff. And then we have set up an emergency fund.
Yes, and that's what I want to talk to you about today, because I think a lot of the pushback, I don't really get much pushback. When I tell people join the Designers Collaborative, they're like, okay. So I'm telling everyone, join the Designers Collaborative to get a better margin on your product and make more money.
Yes.
But some of the times people go, well, what happens if the designer's account who I'm ordering through, if the designer's unresponsive or the product doesn't come in, or like, what do I do? Like, what's my recourse? So I think this is important to talk to everyone about what you've put in place as an organized person and having great process. What have you put in place to secure that doesn't happen?
Well, the rules state that, you have to, once you have the check from somebody, then it's a real order and it needs to be placed within 24 to 72 hours, and our account holders are working designers. They might be installing that day that, the check got in the mail or the Venmo came through or whatever it was. But the next morning they have to be putting that in, Okay. So just to make sure nothing ever happens, because there are untrustworthy people, and the untrustworthy people are really good at being untrustworthy and they get away with it, right? Because they're con artists. They're savvy. They know how to charm people. They know how to yes you. So just in case.
I've had a couple of boyfriends like that. No.
Yeah, right. We've all been there. We've all been whatever.
Right.
So we have set up a checking account called the emergency fund. So just like Profit First says, put all the, different checking accounts. So we funnel 5% of every single membership into this account for over a year now. And so it's just building and growing as we get bigger. So if some account holder, I don't know what would happen. You didn't pay the bill and then you didn't get your thing, the emergency fund would kick in. But I do want to say, because we're talking about this, errors and omissions insurance with an insurance company would cover things like damages, or you ordered the wrong color and other things like that. So it's always good to have that, because especially now things are nuts in the industry.
Nuts. Yes.
Errors and omissions insurance is a thing that you get through an insurance company, but the emergency fund is something we're providing to our members, buying from, this account holder ordered this for this person and something went wrong in that it didn't go kosher.
Right.
If there's anything not kosher, we step in and we help out. That's what that emergency fund is.
Have you ever had to do that yet?
We did once, not because of an account holder, because the member didn't feel like paying her freight bill.
Oh.
That's not okay.
No.
That member had to be removed. And it was like some complicated long story in their head about why they shouldn't have to. But no, you don't leave somebody holding that bag. You have to pay that bill. And so we stepped in to help the account holder with that, because you shouldn't be left without that money.
Right. So you guys act as mediator if necessary, and you have an emergency fund to cover things that happen. But out of all the years you've been in business, you've
never had to.
Only that one time to cover some freight, and then you pick out the member who's being unreasonable and you clean house. And it also sets an example of, it's called collaborative, right? So you're supposed to be working together for the greater good of each party.
Yes.
To make sure that the designer who's doing the ordering is getting access to the best prices and the smoothest service.
Yeah. It's such a supportive, thriving group. Like one, if I haven't had enough orders and the upholstery company that is my go-to for whatever reason, and I say to the group, hey, does anybody need like a sofa or something? This company, I only have X amount of orders. And then people will say, oh, I could use that for something. And then the next thing you know, as we all work together, we are going to meet that yearly minimum. And it's just such a warm, happy place
It
where everyone
sounds like a warm, happy place.
It is.
And this is in a Facebook group that you have just for your members.
Yes, yeah, it's very private because we protect everyone's privacy.
Yeah.
And and you don't want accidentally for a client to see any of this kind of stuff either.
Correct. So, all right. So there is more money to be made than you guys are making if you're not part of the Designers Collaborative. This is a place where you can purchase product that you sell to clients, kind of like the client saw a picture, sight unseen physically. You haven't used a showroom to source it, but you actually are sourcing from the internet, your own knowledge, from your trips to High Point, but you don't have an account with certain companies. The Designers Collaborative probably has an account with them and can get you stocking dealer prices through their members.
Yeah. And I just want to throw this out there. Should anyone be like, well, I'm not sure that price is really all that better. I will price something for you. I'm not going to price a whole room for you. I will price one item, you name it. If we have an account, I will give you what our cost would be, and you can compare it to whatever you've received somewhere else. I always hear, oh, that's like $100 less than what I was going to pay. That's $200 less than what I was going to pay. And these are like lighting things. Like once you get to a sofa, it's hundreds or thousands or, the higher end companies. So
yeah, and that's what shocked me when a couple of months ago when we did our live, which by the way, everyone that check the videos and you can find all of them or go to my YouTube channel, they're all there. You priced something out and it was crazy how much less it was to buy through you guys. And when people go, oh, there's a membership fee. Yeah. So you can run this company and keep it organized and have your safety fund. But in one purchase of a lamp, in this one case, they made back their money for their membership. So
yeah, I think the example was the wallpaper.
Was it wallpaper?
It was wallpaper for office because it was my client. So I remember I made over $500 worth in profit on that. And our yearly membership is only $370. So, if you buy wallpaper once, you've made your money back and still made profit. So yeah.
Right. And then you have the rest of the year to make even more money by buying through the Designers Collaborative.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I don't know what else we can do to make people understand that this is something I recommend to every single one of my clients who end up on my calendar. And right now, I think I have 13 consults on my calendar and 2 more trying to get on. So plus all my clients. If you're not using the Designers Collaborative, you are losing money. You're leaving money on the table, which is what the term everyone likes. I think Luann coined that, leaving money on the table. If you're leaving money on the table, stop it and join the Designers Collaborative and make more money on the product you sell, period. End of story. And if you're a newer designer and you've been afraid to sell product and you're only selling your service, then also call Heather, get on her calendar, get through the website, which I put in the description, because this is also a great place to learn how to source smartly because everyone helps each other and they'll tell you, go to this, do that, right? This company has that. I mean, always in the group, asking, where can I buy this? Where can I buy that? Can someone suggest a really great company that has high end or low end, whatever?
Right.
The Designers Collaborative group, once you're a member, is going to be the place to ask all those questions. So Farah's saying, I would not have dreamed to have money invested. I don't know what that means, Farah. Try it again, Farah. Is Farah part of the Designers Collaborative?
She is. Yeah. And
So,
Yeah.
so I think she's saying she couldn't, she
She's
would
made
not
more money. I think is
have
probably
dreamed about all the
what
money she made.
I'm
Yes.
saying. Right. Yeah.
So,
And we have this thing I named the Ultimate Source Guide, which we sell if you didn't feel like being a member. I don't know, maybe you work for Ethan Allen, but every once in a while you get a job. I don't know. That happens. We sell this because it's so good. And every time I see people at High Point, they're like, I love the Ultimate Source Guide. Like, that is my favorite thing, because you could be falling down the rabbit hole of thinking you've got the right product for your client, go to price it and discover it's way off from where she's going to be at. So this breaks down into categories. So you've got an upholstery tab, case good tab, rugs, lighting, bedding, what else? Quick ship, made in America, kitchen and bath. I'm sure there's a couple I'm missing. Outdoor.
so you name all the companies that,
So there's one page for those categories.
okay.
Then it's broken down into low, medium, and high price points. And then sometimes, if it applies, style. So you need a modern sofa. Look at the who's got modern, who's in that price point, and then you search from that group.
My God, this is a huge undertaking. You did this?
Yeah. It really took a long time. That's why we're selling it, because
Oh
it's
my
an
God.
awesome thing. But every single member gets it for free.
How much do you sell it for separate?
That's a good question. I should know that. I think it's $199.
Oh my God. So just join the Designers Collaborative.
Yeah.
It's $199, right? Get
Exactly.
that for free and start making more money. Oh God,
Mhm.
this is such a no-brainer. Okay, it actually, you know this. It makes me nuts. I love you guys. I think it's amazing that anytime you can maximize your profit. When I was an art consultant, I hope there's no artists that used to work with me in this group. I would, once I sold a piece of art, the artist would get the money because I had everything on consignment from artists. But every once in a while I'd go, okay, I need to make a little extra money this month, or I need to be able to sell this at a better price point to my client. So I'd call the artist or the supplier and say, can you do any better on the price, right? So it was a constant negotiation, which is still possible this day and age a little bit, but if you're part of the Designers Collaborative, you don't have to do any of that. You're getting the best price possible. So you can just do your business and not waste your time worrying about, are you making enough money on product? Because you guarantee we'll make enough product. Even if it's on sale out on the internet somewhere,
Right.
and you have to lower the price, you are going to make more money if you're buying it through one of your members.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I want to like scream it from the rooftops. You know that. It makes me crazy. So, all right. Well, thank you, Heather, for being here and trying to educate everybody on how they can make more money and break through the resistance they have, thinking that it's too good to be true. If it's too good to be true, it can't be true.
No.
This is actually true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you that because I have multitude of my clients are using the Designers Collaborative, and they come back time and time again and go, I just can't believe how much money I just made on that one job because I bought everything through the Designers Collaborative and getting stock or dealer prices. Like, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, everyone, go have a great Thursday, and I will see you in the group. Thanks, Heather.
Bye.
Bye.